Hello, my name is Grace. Today I'm going to be sharing with you an experience that I had a few months ago where I was running empty on strength, and God had to remind me that I needed to rest securely in His strength in order for me to move forward and get to the place that I was striving to be. Well, I just recently graduated with a bachelor's in finance, but my journey to graduation was not easy. It was challenging. And I know most of you can identify with me in this sense. 2020 has been quite the year for everyone. There's been so many adjustments that people have had to make in their personal life. For me, the spring semester was the most difficult semester, considering not only because I was taking it during a pandemic, but the fact that I was taking 24 credits, I was working part time, I was a club officer, I was doing rehearsals for a play that unfortunately did not happen because of COVID-19, and I was co leading a Bible study on campus. So many things were on my plate, but God was helping me manage and carry out my responsibilities to the best of my ability. So one of the course that I was taking, I had to take it at a different institution. The reason being, the course was only offered and taught by one professor, and the time block that he taught the class in was conflicting with another class. And I was a senior, and I was like, I have to take this class in order for me to be able to graduate come May 2020. So taking it at a different institution was the only solution to my problem. So I had a deadline to meet. I needed to be done with this class before the beginning of April in order for my graduation application to get approved, which just kept on getting denied, denied, denied. So I was on a time crunch and I was doing the best that I could, but I had begun to get burnt out. I was doing really well in the chapter quizzes. I was getting either a 95 or 100%. And so when it came to me taking the midterm examination, I felt very confident that I'm going to pass it. To my dismay, I got a very low score. It was not even a passing average score. And I was very disappointed. And I was like, well, it is what it is. I'm going to finish the remaining chapters and take the final examination, and I'm going to nail that one. Well, I did really well in the chapter quizzes, was averaging 95 or 100%. I took the final examination and actually got a lower score than the midterm. My God, I was frustrated. I felt defeated. I felt upset. I felt hopeless. I had so many thoughts were going through my mind. I was like, God, what is this? What's happening? Why is it happening to me? Because my thing is, throughout my academic life in America, I was either a straight A student or an honor roll student. So for me to get to my last semester of my undergraduate career and actually get my first F, I was devastated. I really was devastated. And I was like, why is my grade heading to hell? Because that's how I felt in that moment. And I was like, the only F I like is food and faith. That's it. Not this kind of F. And so I had to break the news to my parents, and I called them, and I felt really bad, and I felt that they would probably be disappointed in me. And so I told them, I was like, I'm so sorry, guys, for disappointing you. I know you are looking forward to the graduation. It's not going to be happening because I failed this course and I have to retake it. So my parents were so encouraging. Their reaction was not what I expected. And my mom encouraged me, and she spoke to me in my native tongue, Kikuyu, and she was like, Grace, the only way that you can appreciate the view from the mountaintop is by walking through the valley, because you have gone through whatever is necessary for you to get there. I was like, you're right, Mom. You're really right. But in that moment, I was too much in my feelings for me to fully appreciate the depth of what she said. So I kind of vented out to one of my best friend, and it was like, I'm sorry, failure is such a hard pill to swallow, but as you spend time in God's presence, I want you to ask him, what do you want me to learn from this experience? And I was like, you know, what you're saying is actually, it's quite essential. So I listened to some worship song because I really needed for my spirits to be uplifted. I was feeling very down. And the first song that actually popped up, I didn't even look it up. I've never heard of this song before. But to me, I felt like it was God's way of encouraging me, because the title of the song was It's in Your Hands by Shirley Murdoch. And the chorus basically said, Lord, I've done all that I can. Lord, I'm placing everything into your hands. In that moment, that's really how I felt. I was like, God, I've done the best that I could. And it looks like my best is not even enough, you know? And God really reshifted my mindset. You know, he wanted me to see things from his perspective. And I'm so glad that I was able to. And one of the things that I learned from that experience that God brought to my remembrance is a devotional that I had read the previous day, where it was talking about there comes a time in your life where you have to learn to let go. Whether it's letting go of your loved ones, whether it's letting go of your possessions or your control. For me, it was letting go of my control. I had planned my graduation. I had planned everything. And now it felt like my plans were crumbling. And God was like, I need you to rest in my plan. The plan that I have for you. Not what you have for yourself, but what I have for you. So I was like, okay, all right, God, I'm going to rest in your plan. And I had to learn how to walk by faith. And I had to change the way I spoke about my future, because I was like, you know what? Like, screw this semester, you know, and I just felt like throwing in the towel. And I just had to give myself a reality check and be like, well, you have come all this far for you to just throw in the towel. Your parents have sacrificed so much for you to just throw in the towel. No. You have to get up. You have to put one foot in front of the other, one day at a time. You will get to the finish line. I know right now it feels like you can't even see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's there. The finish line is right on the horizon. And you just need to keep on walking by faith and trust in God's plan over your life. Guys, I have seen God move in such extraordinary ways for me. And I can testify to you, I am walking in God's goodness, you know. In spite of getting an F in this course, I was able to find another institution and retake that course. And the crazy thing is that the deadline for registering for that course in that institution was already passed, you know? And so I spoke with the professor and I was like, I really need to be in this class for me to be able to make it to my summer graduation. And he said, I'll be happy to have you in my class as long as you're able to make up the 10 assignments that you've missed, because we're heading into week 3, which was a 5-week course. I was like, you know what? Bet I will have everything done. So I spent 3 nights, you know, I didn't sleep for 3 nights, just working on those 10 assignments, and I turned them in. And, you know, to cut the long story short, I finished the course with a B, and I was able to once again submit my graduation application, which thankfully enough, this time around, it was approved. And I was so thankful and happy. And even though I didn't attend my graduation in person, I had gotten to a point in my life where I was like, you know what, at this point, just run me my diploma. I just need my diploma. That is all. And the one thing that was concerning me about me failing the class was I thought it would affect my finance residency status, because I already had a job lined up months before I was to graduate. So I was like, maybe I'm going to lose this job. But God was like, what you worried about? Why are you fretting? You know, like, that job is secure. That job is for you. And, you know, God just made things happen in ways that I wouldn't have thought possible. So my encouragement to you is this, that whatever it is that you need to let go of, let it go and put it in God's hands, in God's care. And I want to encourage you and let you know that Hebrews 13:8 says, Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So the one who promises to never forsake you is the one who never changes. So if you rest in his strength, if you rest in the strength of Christ, no one, nothing, no circumstance can ever take that away from you. Thank you for tuning in, and God bless each and every one of you. Bye.